Have you heard people talking about cycling off of your peptides? It's a really interesting concept that I'm very interested in learning more about. So let's talk about it. Hey, if you're new here, my name's Allie. I'm on a fantabulous weight loss quest, and hopefully you'll subscribe, come along for the ride, because I put out new videos every day. So let's talk cycling off of your peptide. So specifically, I'm going to be talking about GLP1 medications, and this is really like a mixed bag when it comes to, cycling off of peptides, especially if it's because of, experiencing a stall and then getting back on to, kind of ramp up that weight loss again. And it's something that I've been following for quite some time in the support groups. And I find that the results are really a mixed bag. So the concept behind cycling is that your receptors become desensitized to these peptides, right? And there's mixed information on whether or not that's accurate. Is that something that happens, right? So I'm not really gonna dive into that, but specifically when it comes to GLP-1 meds, it's interesting that people are utilizing this as a means to break out of a stall. Now, here's what I'm finding. I'm finding that it's roughly a 50-50 split. So there are people who will cycle off of their GLP-1 and the food noise comes back with a vengeance, the hunger comes back with a vengeance, and they end up gaining weight. And then when they get back on the GLP-1, they start to lose that weight again. But it was kind of like you took 2 steps forward to then take 3 steps backward. Let's watch this clip.
See, when you stop the medications, they're still in your system. So for about 30 days too. So I'd stop the medication, and weeks 1 through 3, I'm like, phew, this is not bad. Like I got this. Week 4, started having a little bit of food noise, and it would come in little hits, like here and there and here and there. Week 5 was the absolute worst. I cannot overstate this enough. On week 5, I could not get a grip. Did I use my tools, prioritize protein first? No, poor decisions were happening everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Oh my God. I was like, I don't know. It's like I had a credit card with no spending limit. It was out of control. My vacationing was vacationing. And it was just insurmountable, the poor decisions that I was making. I mean, happily. I mean, when you go on vacation and you make stupid decisions, make for good stories, right? Not these ones. These were just bad decisions that tasted really, really good. So when I said a few months ago that I was going to do this, when I told you guys a few months ago that I was going to do this, I'm going to stop the medication and I was going to utilize all my tools and listen, I was coming from a place of privilege. I had the privilege of all the medication scaring my mind of what it was going to be like. And this privilege caught up to me because the reality of the situation is coming off was not manageable. Not in the beginning. Not in the beginning of week 5. And that lasted until week 8. It was, people call me, hey, you want to go out for lunch, for dinner? I want to go out for all of the things. All of them. It was, oh my God, it was absolutely horrific. Listen, I wouldn't do anything for a Klondike bar, but I was about to do some sketchy shit for some tacos. It consumed my brain. It's as if my body had been sending hunger cues for the last 10 months saying, hey, we're starving down here. You think you can get around to feeding us? So what was the damage? Well, I started off at 198 pounds. And what did I finish off at week 8? 220.
Now, some people are not as fortunate as Candace here from the clip, and when they get back on a GLP-1 medication for the second round, they find that it is not helpful at all. And they do not lose weight. It doesn't matter how much they titrate up, they just cannot seem to get the weight loss going. Assuming that they're doing all the things, right? You got the water, the protein, the calorie deficit, the exercise, right? Assuming they're doing all the things correctly, they still won't see results. So why is that? Are our bodies becoming acclimated to these medications at such a high level that the only option at the end of the day is to titrate up? And then when you get to the point of reaching the highest dose, then what? You're just waiting for them to come out with the next highest dose, which they're currently working on. It raises a lot more questions than it answers. But people in the peptide community, they are firm believers that you do need to cycle off of your peptides, and that by taking a break for a set period of time, however many weeks, is beneficial to, resensitizing or desaturating, right, your receptors. But it makes me wonder, if that's the premise, then why does it only work for half of the people? Why are some people having success and then some people are not? Why do some people come off of a GLP-1 and they have intense hunger, intense cravings, right? The food noise comes back like Candace was describing in her video. And then some people don't have that ever come back. It's almost like their food noise is cured. Each person is an individual. And it's very interesting to me to see where we all fall in the various options that are available to us. So for me, the jury is still out on if cycling is something that will be beneficial. I think that for people who are at much lower doses and they potentially don't have as much weight to lose, or maybe they don't have an additional health condition that's compounding everything, like diabetes or hypothyroid or PCOS, right? For those people, cycling off the peptide may be the answer to breaking a stall for them. But for others who are relying on it for the anti-inflammatory qualities and the myriad of phenomenal benefits that come from these GLP-1 meds, cycling off may not be an option. So it's something to think about. And I encourage you to tell me down below, would you ever cycle off of your GLP-1? Let me know. I'm interested in your thoughts. I still haven't decided if it would be a good fit for me. I'm not sure how that would work out for somebody with diabetes, right? Because part of what the GLP-1 is doing is helping with your overall blood sugar control and your insulin. But the entire concept is very interesting to me. So tell me in the comments below, would you cycle off for a few weeks to get back on? Have you cycled off? Did you lose weight again? Did it work the second time around? I'd love to hear from you. If you haven't already, subscribe. I'd love to have you along for the ride. Make sure you check out my other videos where I have helpful tips and tricks that can help you on your weight loss journey. And if you are looking for a positive only support group where you can ask questions and you're safe from being attacked from people, then definitely check out the link in the description box below. As always, be kind, rewind.